Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of SEC football here with the Coach's Box. Call it like we see it podcast. I am Coach Halley. I am here representing the Coach's Box, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about week 11 of the SEC football. We have 8 games on the slate today. 4 of them are get healthy games for some of them versus Our Lady's Sister of the Poor, or whatever school you want to call that at that point. And then there's 4 conference matchups, one really big marquee matchup. And we're going to quickly go through each of them and just tell you what we see out of these games and what we think of them. First game matching up is Texas A&M is hosting New Mexico State. This one's going to be a very quick prediction. This is going to be Texas A&M all day and all night long. Texas A&M is a 40-point favorite in this game, and it's just that simple. Texas A&M is much too good for New Mexico State, coming in at 2-7 against the Texas A&M 7-2. We're going to skip over, move on. Texas A&M all day and night, and then twice again on Sunday in that game. Next one is Auburn hosting Louisiana Monroe. Now, Louisiana Monroe has a better record in this game. They're 5-4. Auburn is only 3-6, but this is the week that Auburn can try to get healthy on somebody. Auburn is a 25-point favorite in this game. It's going to be Auburn all day, all night, and again, twice on Sunday at Jordan-Hare. That should be an easy one. Kentucky is hosting Murray State. I don't have a line on this one. I didn't find one anywhere, but I don't expect this to be much different. Murray State has a 50-0 loss to Mizzou this year. Kentucky is an SEC school. This is Kentucky winning big again at home. Moving on, twice on Sunday as well. And the last get healthy game of the week is another one that doesn't have a line because I don't think they have enough digits to make Alabama as big a favorite, is Mercer going to Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Again, this is going to be a massive blowout for the Crimson Tide. Jalen Milrose probably shouldn't even play in the second, third, and fourth quarters in this game. So let them get healthy, do what they need to do, and move on to next week. Now, for the 4 SEC matchups. First up, we're going to talk about LSU going to Florida, going to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. LSU is a 4-point favorite on the road, and they're coming off Florida's coming off a massive loss to the Crimson Tide. I know it was 42-13, but it looked like it was way worse than that. Florida looked inept for the better part of that game and scored, I think, had couple of late scores in that one. No, I take that back. I got that wrong. That score was 49-17 to the Texas Longhorns. I got my weeks messed up. I'm sorry. The Tigers lost to Alabama 42-13. I'm sorry. So both of them coming off massive losses. I do think LSU looked better against Alabama than Florida did against Texas. I expect to see LSU and Garrett Nussmeier go through and get the win at Florida. I don't see how Florida can continue down this path, keeping their coach through next year. They don't look very good, and they may not be and they may not get to bowl eligibility this year. So I expect the 4-5 Florida Gators to fall to 4-6, and the number 21 LSU Tigers to move to 7-3 on the season. So LSU gets that win. Next, we have the Governor's Cup. This is the Tigers of Columbia, Missouri, traveling to Columbia, South Carolina for that game. South Carolina is a 2-touchdown favorite, and for good reason. South Carolina probably is the hottest team in the SEC right now. They're playing the best football right now. They have a very good defense, ranked 12th in scoring defense in the country. They do just enough on offense to get them wins, and they've looked really good the last couple of weeks, taking care of business to get themselves to 6-3. They're ranked number 23, one spot ahead of number 24, Missouri, who barely scraped by against a bad Oklahoma team. Offense looked completely inept for the better part of 55 minutes. but the defense looked really good. So you've got the number 16 scoring defense in Missouri going up against the number 12 scoring defense against South Carolina. This is going to be a defensive battle, and which offense is going to be a little bit better. My heart still stays with the Missouri Tigers. I can't pick against them. I don't care what Coach Miller says, whether he thinks they're dead or not. I'm a Missouri Tigers fan, and I am not in my own right consciousness not pick the Tigers here. So Tigers continue. It'll be really close, though, really close. But the Tigers pick up the Governor's Cup trophy in that one. To move, the Tigers will move to 8-2, a very surprising 8-2. Gamecocks will drop to 6-4 on that one. Texas is going to Arkansas, to Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville. The Razorbacks are coming off a big 30-point loss to Ole Miss, but a lot of teams have lost Ole Miss that bad. And Texas is coming off a big win where they looked really good against Florida. So as of right now, Texas is a 12-point favorite. I do think that Texas's offense, is really much better than the Arkansas defense, but I think it's going to be a win, but I think it's going to be less than 12 points. I say anywhere in the 8-10 range, 28-20, something like that. Texas gets the win behind their offense, and the Razorbacks doing just enough offensively to stay in it, but not enough to get the win today. And lastly, our marquee matchup is going to be number 7 Tennessee going to Sanford Stadium to play on the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia's coming off a loss where they didn't look very good to Ole Miss, and the Tennessee beat a pretty bad Mississippi State team by 20 points as well. So is this the opportunity that Tennessee gets to basically kind of just put Georgia out of their misery and completely get them out of playoff contention with their third loss on the season? This is going to be a tough one to me from a call. Right now, Georgia is a 10-point favorite. Being at Georgia kind of gives them the edge. And I wonder if an angry Georgia is just too much to deal with for Tennessee, who struggles defensively at times. But I'm looking and I'm going to pick Georgia in this one to not cover the spread. I'm saying last second field goal wins this one for Georgia at home, and they move on and keep their playoff hopes alive. They're with 2 losses, their playoff hopes alive. So that's what I'm looking for. So like I said, just to run through these really quick once again, we're going to go the 4 SEC schools in the Get Healthy game. That's Auburn, Kentucky, Alabama, and Texas A&M. And then I'm picking Texas over Arkansas. I'm picking LSU over Florida. I'm picking the Missouri Tigers over South Carolina, and I'm picking Georgia in a last-second field goal over Tennessee. Those are my picks for the week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you haven't checked us out, check out the Coach's Box, Call It Like We See It podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and the X. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all those things. Check us out.